Alright, Parasolid. Introduction to Parasolid Basic Concepts and Functionality. Human-Centered CAD Laboratory, April 23rd, 2009. This is part of the CL National University Computer-Aided Design. We're on Lecture 14, Introduction to Parasolids. This was Introduction to Parasolid Basic Concept, Functionality, Human-Centered CAD Laboratory, April 23rd, 2009, April 23rd, 2009. What are the lectures about? Contents, Introduction, Parasolid, Feature, Parasolid, Functionality, Parasolid, Application Demo, Requirements, Background, CAD, Open Graphic Library, CAD, C++. For details, please refer to Parasolid Online Documentation. Online document web address, CAD, SNUACCK, Parasolid. Document about description about Parasolid and explanation PK function code example based on Parasolid geometric modelers Parasolid uniform solutions incorporated uniform graphic ideas solid edge solid works ACIS spatial technology AutoCAD CAD key mechanical desktop Bravo CAS and CADE MDTV or Matra data vision Euclid ISQ quantum Parasolid and exact boundary representation, geometric modeler, build, manipulate solid object, calculate mass properties, mass center, and area objects, output objects various ways, store objects and files of the disk, files on disk, retrieve them later, clash detection, kernel features, hardware, independent Windows, NT, Unix, and Linux, operating system, graphics user interface, independent, written in C. The Parasolid inference, PK inference, main inference of the Parasolid, their means of the applicable modules manipulate object control functions of the modeler, downward interface, they are called modular to perform data-intensive system-type operation frustum, graphic output, or GO, shows interfacing between Parasolid, the PK interface Parasolid frustum, interface graphic output, graphic output interface going to visualization, frustum interface, data management, file access, memory management. And that's part of the bigger block of the downward interface application calls Parasolid functions into the PK interface Parasolids in the green. Alright, PK interference, usually referred to as PK, as library function of the provided Parasolid. 4 categories: part construction functions, building, modifying, combining parts, inquiry functions, returning information, property parts, computing, mass property, geometric information, rendering information, kernel management, function managing characters of the kernel such as rollback information, frustum functions, session parameters, and so on. Parts management functions of loading and saving parts for managing attributes. Getting started with a PK interface, call PK session start. To start the session, call PK session stop the session. Class of PK interface function. PK's interface function falls into subclasses. Classes, navigating class hierarchy, session management, error handling, memory management, partition, peak, mark, delta, rollback mechanisms. PK function, PK object, text, object, any class, object, function, option, body, face, and so on. Text, verb, nouns, combination describes operation, create, make, and delete object. Example, PK body created solid block. Arrangement, PK function, simple values, array structures, using option structures, options. Error handling for value of the PK error. No errors means being successful. Errors handled methods, registering an error handler, or doing yourself with checking the returning value of each function. Parasolid K interface function example. PK body create solid receive the documents double X at the extent of the local direction greater than 0, double Y block extension local Y direction double 0, double Z block extent local Z direction greater than 0, constant Parasolid axis 2, basis set position orientation returned augment and Parasolid body constant body solid body returned. Alright, downward interference of frustrums. The frustrum is a set of functions that must be written by the application program. They are called by Parasolid to perform following tasks: frustrum control, file part data handling, save the retrieving parts, solid part files, or other data memory management, allocating memory for internal calculation, data structure, storage, graphic output. Better start over the session Parasolid kernel, which is PK, I guess. Registration of frustrum. Frustrum functions you may need to provide F-start with the initialized frustrum, F-malo allocate continuous region of virtual memory, FM free region of virtual memory over the FMA of the allocated continuous region of virtual memory. Frustrum function op order and work order. Or operation order and work opens all guides to the frustrum file. Frustrum functions read and write the file where permitted. Frustrum close to the frustrum file. Frustrum abort tidy up and long jump from aborted operation. Frustrum TM key name service required for the tester. Frustrum FR. Frustrum stop, close down frustrum. Graphic downward interfaces GL, graphic output required to displaying metals. Parasolid graphical information, graphical output, graphic library, rendering function, produced line data, Parasolid kernel geometry, rendered line, Parasolid kernel topology, rendered fact topology, rendered line, graphic output, PSG hierarchical segments, graphic output, single level segments, and graphic closed hierarchical segments. File type of the file extensions text base is @*_t, binary base **b recommended. File type FAT, transmittal part x_2 xs_b scheme .s_t .s_b journal.j_t.j_b. So we have the text and the binary, but they're snapshot n under t and n under b, partition np under t, p under b. So your Parasolids have the text and binary base is recommended. Entities are grouped into three main categories: geometric entities, surface curve, and point. The surface goes to face, curve goes to fin and edge, point goes to vertex, topical edges go to body, other groups, region, shell, face, loop, fin, edge, and vertex are your topical entities. Other groups go to body and are attributed can be connected to any of the entities shown. Topological entities comprise all of the entities that constitute the structure of the skeleton of the model. 1, a body, acorn, isolated vertex, wire, connected edges, manifold, sheet, connected faces, manifold, a solid region in general. 2, region subset of the 3D space body always has an infinite void region. All regions of the body comprise the whole 3D space. Topological entity 3, shell, can be regarded as a boundary of region. 4, face, a set of subsurfaces. 5, a loop, connected component of face boundary. Directional loop, the touch of the face is located on the left of the loop when seen above the face looking in the direction of the loop. So the red is the loop, they show the face and the fins. Vertex, face, normal, edge, and vertexes. Fin represents oriented youth, the edge of the loop. The edge is a bounded piece of single curve of the wire frame. No fins, linear, 1 fin, and manifold 2 fins. General edge more than 2 fins. Vertex represents the point in space. Minimal body, 0 dimension, point in space, 1 void region, shell, loop, vertex, created point using Parasolid kernel point, make minimum body, wire, 1 dimension, setup, simply connected edges, no more than 2 edges, any of the vertex, 1 void region, 1 shell. The acorn, the same in the minimal bodies exempt, except that they can be multiple vertex, valid, not valid. Sheet, manifold body, sheet, 2-dimensional set with the connected faces, at least 1 face, 0 thickness, no more than 2 faces, edge can be open and closed, 1 or 2 voids, region, 1 or 2 shells. So 3-dimensional occupied with continuous finite volume, at least 2 regions, 1 solid region, any number of void regions, and 1 void region is infinite. So we have like a sheet metal, and then just picture a solid is maybe a house. General body, manifold bodies, default type, acorn body, wire body, sheet body, solid body. General bodies, and then 1 is the cellular body, general body partition with the internal face, mixed dimension body, and number 2, non-manifold body edge between 2 those bosses and manifold body, and 4, a disjointed body consisting of 4 disconnected pieces. Orphan geometry, you have pinchable geometry as your surface curve and the point being vertex, curve being edge or fin, surface of face, topology, body face, edge, fin, vertex, geometry, structure, construction geometry, surface curve and point going into the body. Orphan geometry is the geometry not attached to any topological entity. The tag identified a particular entity related tag. Identify a particular entity with a session beginning with a unique one session integer parasolid kernel functions point of the entity lifetime. The entity refers to still exists, is created only from the kernel and can only be gotten from the kernel. Parasolid functionality, model representation, geometry, topology, geometry, general topology, tolerant modeling, creation, addition, primitives, lofting, sweep, blending, fold, filling, bowling, patterns, offset, hollow, thickening, facing, change, model simplification, tapering, inquiries, data structure, inquiries, mass, property, close, approach, clashing, and containment, rendering and selection, wireframe, hidden line and faceting, application support, attributed session, partition, rollback, data improvement, and data import and export, XT format, trim and surface of the boundary representative support, creating manifold bodies, for which create a manifold body is you make a primitive body of the raw data, make a body from the geometry, and make a body from the topology, make a body from the existing body. Creating a primitive body with the raw data as a series of parasolid kernel functions can be used to generate topology geometry required for the block code. Cylinder, prism, spheres, torus, examples of parasolid kernel body created solid body, kernel body created sheet, circle. Making a body from geometry, parasolid kernel functions are available to create with a body with existing geometry, paracolumn, surface, make sheet metal, making body from topology. Some local operation can create a body from existing topology. Example, the parasolid kernel face, make sheet body. Creating manifold bodies, making the body from the existing body, copied by parasolid kernel entity copy, extract manifold bodies from general body. For example, these codes may be used with the bowling operation that has return with the return end general body containing manifold components, parasolid kernel body making manifold bodies. Simple, complex, and body separately operation can be used to generate more complex type of body. Sweep, spin, imprint, thicken, change region type, add, rubber face, pierce. Simple, complex body, sweep, span, and change of the type of the body, parasolid kernel, entity, sweep, the parasolid kernel, entity, spin, original resolution, entity, minimum bodies, wire bodies, sheet bodies, solid bodies, extension to the solid bodies. So we would create a minimum body, curve imprint, and we spin. So special complex body, imprint, curve, face, imprint, curve, region, imprint, curve, create new faces, create profile, create minimum body, curve, imprint, extrude, curve, imprint, face, created, fill space, fill surface, extrude. Simple complex bodies, thickness to sheet body into solid body, parasolid kernel body thickening. Change region type, parasolid kernel region making solid 3D space defined by a sheet body, parasolid kernel region made by a void, solid converted to a sheet body. Add simple complex bodies 5. Add rubber face, parasolid kernel, edge, make face of the wire may be used for the attached rubber face to loops of wireframe, edges of wire body, therefore creating a sheet body. Your piece of parasolid kernel face delete for the sheet body, but may be used to create solid holes through the use of the profile. Example 1, example 2, A and B before sweeping. Simple complex bodies, bowling operation union, intersection subtraction. Class extraction, parasolid kernel entity, parasolid kernel entity as an object, parasolid entity as class. Data collection, topological relation, topological geometric relation, season management relationship with data pre-relation, parasolid kernel face ask orientated surface inquiries. Topological parasolid kernel region is solid, parasolid kernel body is ask type, and parasolid kernel is shell and finding sign. Geometry, parasolid kernel curve evaluation returns point to the derivative parasolid kernel surface elevation evaluation with normal return surface of normal. Parasolid kernel surface ask per parameters return parameters of surface Inquiries, mass property, parasol, kernel, topology, evaluation, mass properties, edge, length, phase parameter, area configuration, G, wire body length and mass, sheet body circumference, surface area, mass, C of G, solid body and assembly, surface area, mass, co of G of the movements within the area, application data, application demo, and it showed a nice little drawing worksheet there. Thank you. And this was Parasol, Introduction to Parasol, Basic Concept, Functionalities, Human-Centered CAD Laboratory, April 23rd, 2009.